You're listening to the station that rocks the docks and shakes the lakes. Cruise 102. Oh, hey guys. Usually I would record the Sports Minute and broadcast it to you live from when it was on the air, but this time I had a couple of things come up during the live part of the Sports Minute, so we're taking it a little bit of a different perspective tonight. But big news: Martha Firestone Ford, if I can talk, out as the Lions owner. Her daughter is now in as the Lions owner. So big news coming out of Detroit. Shout out to Tori Petrie from the Detroit Lions, Emmy Award winner. Been a long time. She deserves it. Good for Tori and good for the rest of some of my LinkedIn connections, winning Michigan Sports Emmys as well as Sports Emmys around the United States. I don't look like an award winner. I would be probably like Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I won an award! Yee! If ever I won an award. So there you go. Besides that point, Sports Minute. Let's do it. My name is Tom Green, and this is your LBW Sports Minute for today, Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. In the MLB, the Philadelphia Phillies say 2 more players and 2 additional staff members have tested positive for COVID-19. That spikes the number of total members in the organization who have the virus to 12. The Phillies say all other tests within the organization have come back negative. One of the 2 players tested positive outside the team complex in Clearwater, Florida. The Phillies shut their spring complex after 5 players tested positive on Friday for COVID-19. Philly became the first big league team known to be struck by the outbreak. 3 staff members at the camp also tested positive. The Phillies did not identify any of those affected. Ontario's chief medical officer says Major League Baseball has not submitted a plan to local health authorities that is needed for the Blue Jays to play in Toronto amid the pandemic. Dr. David Williams says he has read a Major League Baseball proposal, but it does not mention anything about travel to Canada. He says baseball will have to provide a plan. Anyone entering Canada for non-essential reasons must quarantine for 14 days, and the U.S.-Canada border remains closed to non-essential travel until at least July 21st. 15 minor league baseball teams have filed a lawsuit alleging breach of contract by insurance providers after being denied claims for business interruption insurance due to the coronavirus pandemic. Major League Baseball announced yesterday that it'll attempt to play a 60-game regular season, but its 160 affiliated minor league clubs are unlikely to play at all until at least 2021. Minor league franchises say that even though they continue to pay yearly premiums to insurance providers for business interruption insurance, they've been denied coverage at a time when minor league clubs have essentially no means of making money. In the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin says 2 unidentified players have tested positive for COVID-19 and recovered. Tomlin says the players tested positive at some point earlier this year. Both players went through what Tomlin calls, quote-unquote, the appropriate protocol and have since returned to work. Neither player visited the team facility at any point during the offseason. The Steelers, like the rest of the NFL, have been meeting and training remotely rather than in person since mid-March. And Martha Firestone Ford is stepping down as principal owner of the Detroit Lions. The Lions announced that Ford's daughter, Sheila Ford Hamp, is taking over as the team's principal owner and chairman. The 94-year-old Ford says it's been a great honor for her family to be associated with the Lions and the NFL, and that Hamp will provide superb leadership. Ford had been in charge of the Lions since 2014 when her husband, William Clay Ford, died. The 68-year-old Hamp has been one of the team's vice chairmen during her mother's ownership. This has been your WLEW Sports Minute for today, Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. My name is Tom Green. Side note, first time I recorded Martha Firestone Ford, I tripped up a little bit and had to edit that out because that's a tongue twister. Also, Martha Firestone Ford, 94. My grandmother, Josephine Green, 95. I compared the two often when talking to Grandma Green. And we have an MLB season? Wait a minute. Baseball? What?
stay tuned for more on that soon. Have a good night.